Make this here with all the ice on in the booth. At the gate outside when they pull up.
Yo, what's going on, guys? We're just starting the video over here on the road. I'm actually on my way to a local speed shop to fill up the nitrous bottle. So yeah, like I just said, I'm on the road to a local speed shop and we're gonna go fill up this nitrous bottle. I guess I'll see you guys over there.
To the wolves, now I lead the pack and shit. You boys all cap, I'm more college cap, but Nick, I'm rare as affordable healthcare. Oh God. Or going to wealth from welfare. 3 coins had to pay your whole semester, but you gotta ride it better than a Tesla.
The fuck is this? Is this like some sort of taxi? Oof.
The destination is on the left. Spencer Speed Shop. Arrived.
Here we are. All right, guys, we just made it over here to Spencer's Speed Shop. I'm gonna fill this bottle up and see if I could get my nitrous permit. All right, guys, so it was pretty quick. We went ahead and got the bottle filled to 8 pounds. Unfortunately, he was unable to fill it to the maximum 10-pound capacity because in order for him to like completely fill it, he would have to freeze the bottle. So yeah, he was only able to fill the bottle up to 8 pounds, and he also gave me this application for a permit to handle nitrous oxide. So I'm supposed to be filling this out, sending it to the Department of Health along with a $25 money order. And yeah, it's gonna be the permit that's gonna allow me to handle nitrous oxide. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The bottle is all filled up. Well, not pretty much filled up, it's like 80% filled up. So I'm gonna go ahead and start making my way to the garage and start routing the supply line, the fuel lines, start doing the wiring for the throttle, the wide open throttle switch, and the relay and everything else. Let's see what this guy got. You don't got none. You don't got none. All right, so as you guys can see, it's later on in the day. I've been running around like a chicken, like a wild chicken with his head cut off. I'm over here at Home Depot to get a 3/4 inch drill bit and some other hardware that I need to get. All right, so I got the drill bit. Yo, what's going on, guys? So as you just saw, the nitrous bottle is filled up. I got approximately 8 pounds inside the bottle because I was supposed to leave it overnight, have it freeze up so that way we could get all the nitrous to fit inside the bottle, but that wasn't the case, so we only got 8 pounds inside the bottle. And as you guys saw early on in the clip, also went ahead and picked up the 3/4 drill bit to drill the hole on the floor so I could run the supply line from the nitrous bottle to the module. Unfortunately, I was unable to find the hangers for the supply line to hang the lines on the bottom of the car. So kind of running out of time today, so I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna end this clip here and start off fresh tomorrow early, and tomorrow we'll get the lines ran, the electrical wired up, and all the switches, the relays, and hopefully by tomorrow we should get this system fully installed and running. So yeah, it's pretty much the plan. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. What's going on, guys? All right, so yeah, like I just said in the last clip, I'm gonna start getting the wires wired up, and I still yet have to run all the fuel and nitrous lines. Actually, I'm not sure if you guys could tell, but I attempted to get the wires all soldered up yesterday, but unfortunately the solder gun, the solder that I was using wasn't getting hot enough. So, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna call it a night here and wake up tomorrow and get a brand new solder from Home Depot, which, as you guys see, I did. And the reason being is, all right, as you guys could obviously tell, this is like some 99-cent store type solder. And if you guys look there, you guys could tell. Let me see if I could zoom in a bit. But this is a 12-watt solder, which is, not too strong. And went to Home Depot and got a 40-watt solder. So hopefully this should do. So I'm gonna go ahead and start soldering all the appropriate wires, get the whole system wired up. Once that's done, I'm going to wire up all the, like I just said, all the nitrous and fuel lines, except for the supply line, because I yet have to find the actual hangers to, tuck the supply line under the car. So I'm gonna leave that for last until I do find the hangers. Shouldn't be too hard. It's only one line. So yeah, let me go ahead and start soldering all these wires, get them wired up. What's going on, guys? So this is pretty much where I'm at right now. Everything is pretty much wired up. The switch has all the wires, the on and off switch. Where is it? It's right here. It's pretty much has all the wires. It pretty much has all the wires that it needs. The wide open throttle switch is wired up as well. So everything is wired up. I double checked everything. Everything seems fine. I'm getting ground. I'm getting a 12-volt switch. But when I went to go test the actual system, I wasn't getting anything. So, at first, when I first wired up the actual switch, I just had the ground, the actual 12-volt switch source and the ground wired up before I even wired up the wide open throttle switch. And for some reason this LED wasn't lighting up, so I initially found that pretty awkward. So I was like, you know what, maybe it needs the actual wide open throttle switch to be wired up with everything else in order to complete the circuit. So I went ahead and did that. I got the wide open throttle switch wired up, and once again went to go test the system and nothing worked. So I was like, you know what, let me just actually test this switch right here. So the way I did it was I got my trusty multimeter, put it in the ohms reader with the sound on, the little beeper on, and I put the red lead where the 12-volt switch would normally go, and I put the black lead where the ground goes, and I switched it back on and off, and there was no beeping coming from the multimeter. So I was like, you know what, maybe it needs these two leads to be touching. So I grabbed the black lead and touched both leads with the black probe, and with the 12 volt on this side as usual, and switched it on and off. And once again, nothing from the multimeter. So I went ahead and called NITROUS Express and explained to them what was going on. You know, everything. I told them I double checked everything, made sure they had the a good ground, a good 12 volt, a switched 12 volt source. And you know, I explained that everything was pretty much, you know, up to par. And I explained to them the little test that I did with the switch, and he pretty much confirmed that sounds like the switch is bad. So they're gonna go ahead and send me another switch, but meanwhile I'm gonna head out to AutoZone, grab another switch just like this one over here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab another switch and see if this is the actual problem. I'm hoping this is the problem because everything else seems fine. Just not getting any type of continuity through the switch. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that and see what happens. Alright guys, just made it back from AutoZone. Went ahead and picked up this switch. It's gonna be a little temporary switch that we're gonna use meanwhile we receive the original switch that NITROUS Express is gonna send to us. So let's go ahead and test it, see if it works, see if my wiring job is correct. So let's go ahead and turn the switch on. Switch is on. Let's see if this lights up. Awesome, perfect. All right. So everything on the electrical side is pretty much wired up. You got the wide open throttle switch, got the switch for the actual system. Now what I'm gonna do is gonna run the supply line to the module, and from the module over to the nozzle, see if we get any nitrous coming out of here. Now the whole purpose behind this whole test is to see if everything on the module side is correctly wired or if the module is actually working. So let's go ahead and do that and see what kind of results we get. All right, so here's the big test. So as you guys could obviously tell, I have the NITROUS supply line hooked up to the module, and then from the module I have the NITROUS out to the nozzle. I put the smallest jet size in there just so we could just test it out and not waste all the nitrous oxide. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this bottle up. Hopefully there's no major leaks or anything like that. And I guess now's the time to tell whether it works or not with the whole system. So let's slowly open this. Actually, let me put you guys down so that way I don't fuck anything up. So far, so good. So far, there isn't any leaks. The nitrous bottle is open. I don't hear any leaks. So far, that's a good sign. Now, the real test is when we turn the ignition on and press on the wide open throttle switch. There should be some purging going on coming out of the nozzle. So let's go ahead and put this onto the on position. There it is. Just turn the switch on. So now the system is activated. So the test now is to grab this wide open throttle switch and see if we get any nitrous coming out. Nothing. Something's wrong. If it's not one thing, is the other. And I am positive that this thing is wired up correctly. So let me go ahead and deactivate the system and double check everything. Also close this bottle. All right, so I have some good news and I have some bad news. Start with the bad news. The bad news is the system is not working. The good news is I have 2 ways of testing what's wrong with this. So as you guys just saw, just changed out the switch. So now that's good. I also tested the wide open throttle switch. It's getting continuity, so that's good as well. Now, as far as diagnosing the other 2 problems, that could be the actual module or the relay itself. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect the battery back, connect it, and I'm gonna supply straight power. I'm gonna bypass the actual switch and the wide open throttle switch and provide straight power to the relay. Now, if the relay does not click, we know that's the issue. But if it does click, then that's the issue. So I'm gonna try supplying straight power to the relay, and if nothing happens, I'm gonna go ahead and test the module. The way I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna bypass the relay. How I'm gonna bypass the relay? I'm gonna provide straight power to this green wire that you guys see here, which is connected to the module, which is supplying power to the module. So if that doesn't work, we're gonna go ahead straight to the module and provide power to that, and hopefully that should get this module to fire some nitrous out of this line. So let me see if I can set you guys up on a tripod and show you how I'm going to test this whole clusterfuck over here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and connect the battery. Now, next step is to get this wire right over there. And just to make sure, grab this multimeter, see if we're getting a good 12 volt source. Put the positive over here, negative over here. And in fact, we are getting 12 volts. So let's go ahead and test this out. Let's make sure that's facing over there. Now, if we don't hear the relay click, that means it's bad, obviously. So let's go ahead and check that. Well, that worked. So there's something wrong. Holy shit. Oh, fuck, and it sprayed fuel all over me. All right, so that's good. So that means there's something wrong with the wiring inside the car. Fuck, I got fuel all over myself. Look at this shit. Alright, so that's a plus. Alright, so now we know that the relay is good, the module is good, everything is good. There's something wrong with the wiring inside the car. So we'll go ahead and diagnose that and see where's the issue. Alright, so once again, I think I've came to the source of the problem. So once again, alright, so this wire right here is the wire that's in the middle, which is going to feed 12 volt to the wide open throttle switch. And then once that circuit is closed, once we press down on the throttle pedal to close the circuit, it's supposed to feed that 12 volt to the relay, and then from the relay to the module. So I've already performed some tests, and it turns out that we are not getting the 12 volt source that we're supposed to be getting out of this switch once I turn it to the on position to feed the wide open throttle switch 12 volts. So once again, it seems like we have an error or an issue with the switch. The thing lights up, you know, good, fucking flying colors. The shit lights up, it's pretty, it's all that shit, but it doesn't fucking work. How great is that? Alright, so let me just show you guys. So, like I said, I'm gonna turn the switch on. Actually, let me check something. Alright, so this is the wire that goes to the wide open throttle switch. This is a 12 volt source, and on this side is the ground. So how we're gonna check is, let me show you guys really quick. So this is the 12 volt, like I said, and put this probe here. And then I'm gonna put the black probe right over here. So let me just show you guys. As you guys can see, hope you guys can see, we're getting 11.97 volts. So we know that, you know, we're getting enough current to get somewhat the proper voltage. So now when I open the switch, it's supposed to send 12 volt source to this wire over here, which is the wire that's connected to the wide open throttle switch. And if I show you guys, put the red lead over here, and then I put the black probe over here to the ground, and nothing. The switch is on, the ignition is on, right here, the wide open throttle switch. This is the 12 volt signal, well, the source, and like I just said, we're getting nothing. Nothing. Actually, we are getting something. We're getting like 0.1 volts, which is fucking garbage. It's crazy. So, yeah, that's that. Seems like we have another bad switch. So I'm going to end this video here because it's been long overdue. So yeah, like I just said, I'm going to end the video here because this video has been long overdue. I told you guys in the last video that I would upload the next day, and I haven't. So yeah, as far as the whole NITROUS system, everything is pretty much wired up. It's just, you know, the switch. You know, I've been through 2 switches and none of them seem to work fine. So yeah, gonna end the video here, and hopefully by the next video I'll have everything wired up. The only thing left to do is get that switch to work, or find one that works properly, run the supply line to the actual module, and from the module to the actual nozzle. And then you just have to figure out a mounting, where we're gonna mount this nozzle or place it. And yeah. So yeah, hopefully by the next video, this whole NITROUS system is complete, because, you know, at this point it's just being a pain in the ass. And I have to get the H23 block disassembled and, you know, basically build the block. And so yeah, I have to get the H23 block disassembled and assembled with the new rods and pistons. So I'm not gonna waste much time on, you know, on the single cam anymore, because it's been long overdue, like I just said. So yeah, the next video, I'll have the nitrous system fully done, and hopefully by then we could get the hatch registered and insured, so that way we could start driving this thing on the road. But yeah, as you guys saw, the module and the relay works. I got fuel all over my arm, and you know, got some nitrous out of the nozzle, so thankfully that works. The module is good. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash the like button. If you guys want to stay in tune to what's going on, as far as the hatch, the Teggy, there's nothing going on with that now, but as far as what's going on with the hatch and the E46, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully this whole mess will be done and we'll get the hatch registered, insured, and on the road. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe down below. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.